this video, I think that we ended up, so we go to a party and go on the way to the party. I got a phone call from my, like, a guy, I don't even know if he was my boyfriend at the time. One of the two that I remember, those two guys I was fucking the same time. He calls me and he's like, people are like pissed at you here. Like, they don't want you here. And Claudia and I are like, what the fuck? Like, what do we do? And we're like, drama again, because there's always drama in high school. Like,
we're never allowed at parties.
Yeah, like, what the fuck do we do this time? Like, we're drunk in the car. We're excited. So I'm like, what happened? So we pull up to the party. I stayed outside.
I walked in.
Yeah, Claudia walked in, and I think, you came out and you're like...
Well, I started walking in, and people were, like, looking at me with, like, bug eyes, like I did something wrong. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I hear the girl inside the party, like, screaming and cussing, like she wants to fight someone. And I was like, is she talking about me?
Right. Like, what the fuck did we do? So I think everybody comes outside, and the girl... comes outside alone. Her best friend wasn't there yet. Or she was there, but she didn't come outside.
Also, to, like, set the scene, we're in a court, a neighborhood court. Like, we were young. It's, like, all these people's parents' houses and shit.
Yeah. So we're one of our girlfriends. It was me, Rachel, Claudia, and then another one of our friends at the time who drove us and obviously wasn't drinking. And we're all standing against her little, like, green buggy car. Like, we're all just lined up against it. And this girl comes out, like, screaming, and she's like, me and, so-and-so are the only lesbians in this town. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Claudia and I ain't lesbians. We're just trying to fucking get attention here. But even so, like, what are you talking about? But she's like, I think it was also just, like, the fact that, like, we were getting attention and she wasn't. Mm-hmm. But, she's like, we're the only lesbians in this town. And then she goes, I could take all of you like this. And, like, swings her fist, like, in front of our faces.
Yeah, like, close. Like,
yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck?
We're all just standing there, like, leaning on this car, not even talking. When I tell you there is a crowd, like, everyone at the party is surrounding us all and watching this happen.
Yeah, and it wouldn't stop. I mean, it was just nonstop, and everybody's like, just fight her, fight her. I'm like, no, I wasn't that
She was
dumb.
like, I have a knife in my back pocket right now.
Yeah, like, threatening us. Like, I have a knife. Like, I have this, I have that. And I was like, if she hits me first, then I will do something. I'm not gonna go attack this girl. I just wasn't fucking in the mood. At this point, I was sobered up. So I think at one point she went back inside and then came out again and was just, and then, just going off. And then she decided to bring my relationships in it at the time. And she's like, yeah, that's why, like, you're dating two guys and, like, you're like a, I don't know what she said. She might have called me a slut. I don't even remember. But she was like, brought my relationship in it. And I looked at her. I was like, you're a fucking attention whore. And when I said that, I think she, like, swung it.
She went to grab your throat.
Oh, she went, really?
She went like with her hands.
She went to grab me. You have to tell this part because I think I blacked out.
Yeah, she went to grab Dev's throat with just, like, one hand, I think. But, like, I know Dev was waiting. She's like, I was ready. She touches me first.
I put my hair up and everything. I was ready.
I'm laughing because the girl that we were with who was driving had given me her car keys and said, use this as, like, a defense mechanism. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm holding car keys, okay? So I'm watching this happen, and she goes to grab Dev's throat, and all of a sudden Devore just, like, swings right in her face and hits her right in the face. And when she hit her, I think in my head I'm watching and I remember thinking, like, at first I'm screaming, go Deb, and then I was like, oh my god, if I don't help her, she's gonna be pissed. So I think I threw the keys down. I'm, like, still fucking drunk because I don't even remember throwing the keys, or I just got so much adrenaline that I couldn't.
Yeah, well, before you went in, like, after, because I don't know what I'm fucking doing with fighting. Like, I think after I swung at her, like, we're, like, so her and I are so close, just, like, brawling, and I think I dragged her down. Like, I just, like, pulled her down because I'm like, we're just, like, literally, like, hugging at this point. So I, like, dragged her down, and then I think you came in.
Well, she was like, I don't know, whatever was happening, and I come in, I wrap her hair up in my hand, and I scream, get the fuck off my best friend, and I pull her so hard that she fell, like, on top of me, and I fell backwards.
Claudia's legs are in the air.
Yeah, and as I'm falling backwards, this guy comes up, also Rachel's in the background with swinging a bottle
of
fifth of vodka,
a Parrot Bay alcohol, and, like, she's just, like, not even hard, but she's in the background, like, swinging, like, just, like, going like this, like kind of hitting the girl in, like, the back, like, trying to, like, get her off, like, just swinging. Mind you, Rachel stole this alcohol from her dad earlier that night. So it was so funny. But yeah, then
and then this guy, so, like, the guys come in and they start trying to break it up, and this guy grabs Devora under her arms from behind.
Yeah, from behind.
Like, scoops her up, and as he scoops her up, she pulls her one foot off the girl because she's, like, holding on to it, and cocks the other foot back and fucking kicks her right in the forehead.
Because the thing was, when he was pulling me up, I was like, dude, this fight was like so
weak,
fast, and like I couldn't even, like, I felt like I was so angry at what happened. I was like, I didn't even get a good hit in. And I remember like I kicked my one foot and I missed. Like, she caught it right here, and then I just like saw her face, and I was like, ugh, full force with my other one. I was like, boom, and I was like, there we go.
Healed her right in the
I was just like, okay, now it's over. Yeah.
And then I think after that I kept screaming. I don't know what, like, I really don't
remember. She said, don't ever touch the forehead like that again.
And I'm screaming that, and I remember she was just going, okay, and then ran away.